Hi guys, in these videos I'll be doing 3x3 one-handed example solves aimed at intermediate solvers, so I won't be doing anything particularly advanced, but I will be doing CFOP with full Tula class layer. These solves should give you an even better sense of some of the things we might do in one-handed solving as compared to two-handed solving, and it's important to note that finger tricks, especially for one-handed solving, are quite an individual thing, so some of the finger tricks that I do in here might not be super suitable for you, but it's up to you and you can experiment and play around with your own style. To start out, like with the 3x3 videos, I'm going to do 2 solves on white cross and then 3 color neutral solves in each video. Alright, let's start out by looking at this scramble. We've got this edge and this edge, which are, if I move that one up to the top, it's correctly positioned, so that one's okay. Then I've got these two up the top here. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this one down here, as well as this one down here. And I think the best way to do this would be probably to start with white on front like this, and do something like white R prime, which is a nice little move there, and then do a U move, and then do R prime, U prime, R prime, F, and then D prime, like that. And after I do that, I'm going to go into my first F2L pair. The first one that I see are these two. So I'll move them over here and insert them like that. Then I've got this corner and this edge, which I'll insert like so. Now we've got a lot of our last layer pieces in the top layer here, so I want to look around on what's in these slots, and I notice I've got this F2L pair in this slot already, so I'll do a rotation like that, take it out and insert it there, and then rotate back and solve this pair. And now I've got OLL and then PLL. Now for PLL from this angle, I could either do the A permutation like this and then do the AUF at the end, or I could do the AUF and then go like this, which is my preferred A permutation. It's a little bit of a rotation there, but it's okay. And finish it off like so. Okay, for this second scramble, the white cross is fairly easy. We've got these two and these two. So I could probably just do something like R, D, and then I need to insert these two. So I can go do something like F2, R2. Now obviously F2 is a little bit of an inconvenient move for one-handed, so we could even do something, it's really up to you. If you're okay with the F2 moves, then you can just go like F2 like that, and then R2, D2, like so. That's probably what I would do. Now I see these two, which can be inserted into this slot back here, which is going to be nice, like that. Then I've got these two. Well, I can solve them in a number of different ways. Potentially what I could do here is just rotate like this and then solve it into this back left slot over here with after a Z rotation. So U prime R U to set it up. Then U R U prime to insert it back here. Then I'll rotate back like this and I've got this easy pair back here. Then I've got this corner, this edge in this corner. So I can insert it like so. Now I've got OLL. And again, I've got an A permutation. Probably rotate like this and do my A permutation alg, like so. Okay, time for the color neutral solves, and this scramble isn't particularly friendly. I've got these ones on the red, but these two other red edges are going to be a little bit tricky to insert. One thing I did notice was that I've got these two, orange, and this orange edge here, and the other one is here. So actually making an orange cross is a decent option for this scramble. So I can do something like U prime, R, R, U, and then I'm not sure exactly how I'd do this. Maybe I'd rotate like this and then finish the cross on the right hand side, like so. Now for my first F2L pair, I don't have great options here. I guess the best one is probably this back right one. So the orange, green and yellow, but I don't know if I would have seen this one. Probably the first thing that I would have seen is just these two. And there's a few different ways we can solve it. Probably I would just insert the corner and solve it into the front left slot like that. Then after doing that, I've got these two, which can go into this slot, like so. Then I've got these two pieces, which I can insert. I can either rotate this way and insert them into here, or I can rotate this way and insert them into the back. For the purpose of this solve, it really doesn't matter too much. I can just go ahead and do them like that, and then I've got this corner and this edge. So again, I'll rotate, hold the cross on the left, like so. Now I've got Euler. For this Euler, I like to do the double push like that. And then I've got a J permutation. I do know an algorithm for the J permutation from this angle, but for intermediate solvers, it's fine to just do a U2 and then do your J permutation. Okay, fourth solve in this video, and let's look around to see what we've got, and we don't have very much. The easiest one is probably yellow, I would imagine. So we've got these two up here and this one over here, and we can pretty easily do the cross. It's just going to be 6 moves, so it's going to be wide R prime like that, and then insert these two with R prime F R prime, and then this one with D prime R like that. First F2L pair I see are these two, which I can insert in there, like so. Then I have this pair. I can do an insertion like this, which is a rotationless insertion. I can do something like wide R, U prime, RU, R prime, wide R, like that. Alternatively, I could just rotate like this and do RU, R prime, U prime to insert it in the back left slot there. And then for the third F2L pair, I guess I see these two. I guess the reason I would do these two is because this corner is in the wrong slot, and this edge is flipped in the correct slot. So these two pieces are definitely a better option here. So let's do RU R prime, rotate, RU R prime, and then insert these two into the back. Now I've got OLL, and then a V permutation. And I use a couple of different algorithms for the V permutation sometimes. All right, last solve of this video, and we have a very easy yellow cross. So it's just going to be 3 moves, and I guess we just need to think about the best way to do it. We can do something like holding the cube like this, U2 prime R, and then rotate, and then D prime, like that. For our first F2L pair, I see this edge and this corner. So I can do something like that. Then for the next F2L pair, I've got this corner and this edge back here, and it may make sense to just go ahead and solve those. So we can do R, U prime, R2, U prime to insert those. Then for the next F2L pair, this is where it gets a little bit trickier. We can either do the ones that belong here, so this corner and this edge, or we can do this edge and this corner, which belong down here. I don't think there's a huge advantage either way. I guess what we want to do is try and solve the third pair such that the pieces of the final pair get out into the top layer. So one way we can do this is to rotate like this and solve these two into the back slot. So you do a U2, RU R prime, U2, R, like that. Now we've got these two, and it makes sense to do a sledgehammer here. So R prime F, R F prime as our last pair insertion to orient our last layer edges, because then we have quite an easy OLL case. And now we have an F perm, and again, I use a few different F permutations, so your algorithm might be different to mine. I actually do quite like the standard F permutation for one-handed.